Good evening everyone, and welcome to Forgotten Stream. Tonight I am joined by MixD.
Good evening.
So, we have a Trackmania match between Crazy Machine Chicks 2 and Major League Clan. They are competing in Division 3 of United League Reborn 4 in Trackmania United Forever. This is a relegation match in Division 3. We will have 3 maps. The environments are Snow Island and Stadium. The winner of this match goes to play... remains to play the playoffs in Division 3, and the losers are going into Division 4. So, I don't really know how well our opponents are trained. We shall see. I presume you don't have any expectations.
No, not really. But I'm kind of intrigued about this relegation match. I mean, how has that happened? Weren't CMC² at the lead of their division, this division, for a while?
Yeah, we were. That is, until we had to play the majority of the maps against TN2.
Okay.
Which didn't go too well.
Of course, with such small divisions of only 4 teams, it's a fine line between promotion and relegation in some ways.
Oh yes, indeed. It was a fine line indeed between winning the division and potentially going down into Division 4.
There is quite a difference in level between Division 3 and most of the teams in Division 4. Maybe not Danekb Germany, they were very strong for a Division 4 team, but I think for a Division 3 team going to Division 4, it's going to be much of a challenge, although I'm not sure who you get to play.
From what I expect, the loser of this match goes on to play potentially against, I think it was Danekb CRM. And for CMC² and MEC, that should in theory be a walk in the park.
Yep, in theory. Although, they have Voyager, don't they?
They have what, excuse me?
Voyager.
Voyager. Yeah, Voyager is pretty good indeed. Is he going to be able to carry alone?
Well, no. Not in a team competition. It's not enough to have one. And of course, I don't know how well he's been trained this season, really. I haven't been paying quite enough attention. And of course, for the team that stays in Division 3, they get to play somebody from people who are being promoted from Division 4, I think. So that will be... that could be interesting.
Yeah, I think that the winner of this match is going to play semi-finals, most likely against CMC².
Oh my goodness.
So that should be interesting.
Yep. So, I realised I'm ticking all the wrong lines on this map. So, not really surprising since I haven't trained.
Oh yes, you're yet to play your round 7 match on the previous map pack.
Yeah, indeed, we don't get to play these maps until next week.
And also, I don't know if he's watching, but shout out to Le Parasite, a French beatmaker whom I had contacted over a year ago asking whether I could use his music in my streams. He finally logged into the social network where I had asked him, and he said yes.
Nice.
So I will be racing to some of his beats later tonight when we have Island.
So we're still in warm-up here. Shock putting in a nice time there. 58.05. Wow, that's less than a second away from Daddy 1.
Yeah, although
Right.
the actual world record is 56.6 something.
So Shock definitely warm to hot.
Yeah, Shock is a very strong driver. Should be in Division 1. I don't know what he's doing in D3.
Carrying MEC, I guess, or MEC. Is this MEC 2? Or I'm not sure.
Oh, this is just MEC.
Just MEC.
They jumbled up all of their players into one team.
Yeah. So this is a map by Madrick, who is driving for CMC² this season. A well-known mapper. Ooh, Minuit with a 58. Oof. Guess these guys have trained.
Indeed, it looks like it. Well, hopefully everyone is ready.
So who's driving for CMC?
So for CMC we are going to have Jake, Rez and Rad, who has been promoted from CMC3 into CMC2, against Minuit, Shock and Besaker. And we have meme names, the Silver Wolf Special, to honor the tradition and Minuit's past. And we've gone for Silver Wolf in different languages. And the lights are out and away we go. And yeah, there is still time to talk about the languages. So Hope Asusi is Finnish, that is Jake. Then Srebrny Wilk is Polish, that is Rad. We had a crash from Besaker. And Srebrny Wilk is Czech, and that is Rez. So at the moment we have Rad out in front from Minuit and Jake, and it is a hot fight. Minuit with a good tube, almost level with Rad, bumped across the edge. Jake losing ground. He's followed by Rez, so it is up to Rad to keep his lead. He didn't have the best landing, and it is neck and neck between him and Shock. Let's see if he's got anything at the finish, and he does take the round by 100th of a second from Shock, followed by Minuit and two more CMC drivers, and that is an 11-10 round win for CMC, first blood to them.
Well, it can't be much closer than that. 100th of a second in it and 1 point between the teams. So, that bodes well for a close competitive fight on this one. Here we go with a tight pack out front. Srebrny Wilk has fallen behind a little bit, only 0.4. That's Rez, of course. Right now, MEC have got a slim 1-2-3 lead. We did lose Shock right there. So Besaker and Minuit, and I hear tires screeching there. We lost Minuit. That puts Besaker out in front, chased by two CMCs. And at the moment, it is a MEC round, but only by 1 point. And Rez, though, is quite far behind. Oh, but Shock even further behind now. So this is promising for CMC. Minuit trying to make the difference, but just barely misses out. And now, as long as Rez can pull it in, and he does, that's a CMC round.
Incredible scenes. 2 rounds, both 11-10 for CMC.
and 3/100ths of a second this time between third and fourth, and that would have made the difference again, switching the win to a different team.
Yes, incredibly close. 11-10 both rounds so far, and it has been riding right on the very edge. So we're into round 3. Shock has gone way off the track, and it is Minuit from Jake, followed by Besaker, and 2 more CMC drivers following suit. Let's see. As things stand, it is advantage MEC. So, Minuit made a mistake, dropped a lot of time. I guess this puts the advantage into CMC's hands. Jake still leading from Besaker and Rad. Ooh, this is so tight, and there's Minuit right on Rad's tail. But the CMC drivers are able to keep their positions, and they finish 1-3-5 and take round number 3.
And Jake putting in the best time of the match there so far, well, equaling Besaker actually, with 58.08s. But that does put Rad top of the points for drivers. In fact, 2 CMC drivers up the top. So CMC with a 3-0 lead. A little bit lucky on the 11-10 wins so far. Let's see if MEC can regroup. Minuit is putting in a determined effort on this round, but he's not getting the backup from his teammates that he needs right now. And Shock is not far behind at all, and in fact Shock pulls into third. But it's some very close fighting there over third and fourth. At the moment, it is a MEC round by 1 point, with Rez having fallen way into the back, and he's at risk of not even finishing, but we'll see. Any changes at the front here? It's Minuit, and there was a change. Oh, I thought Rad had failed to finish there. He did crash, but the finish counted, but it's not enough. MEC get it by 1 point.
Rad, so lucky to finish that round. I thought he failed it, but
Yeah.
the finish just about registered. Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
He maybe planned it like that. Maybe he knows exactly where the limit is.
But yeah, Rez had a massive crash, finished 3 checkpoints behind, and that is first point on the board for the blue side. We're into round 5. Rad a little bit behind the pack. The rest are way too close to call at the moment, and Shock has crashed. Rad is coming right back. Oh, that was not the greatest line after the tube from Rad. And Jake is getting ahead of Besaker, but as I say that, Minuit gets ahead of Rez. Oh, this is so intense. 2 duels which could define the round. I was just about unable to get it 400th between Besaker and Jake, and that would have been the winning margin. Rez almost 2/10 down on Minuit. Once again, another 11-10.
Well, at least that evens up the 11-10 rounds, so 2 have gone to CMC and 2 have gone to MEC. That was a good snipe from MEC, a double snipe I think actually at the end there. That got them that round, which just shows you don't give up until you're through the finish line. Now, this is Rez out front, and he's really been struggling on this map so far. He's at the bottom in terms of points. 1 below Shock, actually Shock second last on driver points. Bit of a surprise. Mick falling apart a little bit on this round. They let CMC get into a 1-2-3 lead. They're going to keep chasing, of course, and only 0.3 behind Rad. Of course, it's not enough for CMC to just go safe. They're going to have to keep pushing. And of course, MEC are going to be pushing. And Shock has been successful so far, gets himself into third, but CMC with a 1-2 have that round. So that brings us to 4-2.
What happened to Besaker? He actually missed the finish there. Yeah, incredibly close match, apart from this round, where the MEC drivers just disintegrated. But as Irvin mentioned in the chat, 4 players in 58s, and as of now, the slowest, fastest time driven by a player, if that makes any sense, is 58.22, that is Rez. And we're in round number 7, Shock following Jake, who is on top 1 pace. Let's see what's happening behind them. So far it is CMC's in 1, 3 and 5. That would be a round for them. I see Besaker has probably crashed. He's 3 seconds, make it 4.6 behind. Jake with a slight noticeable lead of almost 0.4 seconds, and Minuit has crashed, and surely this is going to be a round for CMC, even if Shock manages to overtake Jake, which he won't. A 57.56 for Jake, Daddy 10 in rounds, incredible.
Wow, sudden, very fast time.
And even Shock with 57.8 only finishes second.
That would have been first in any other round, and Shock last on driver points. So that's yeah, very TA. I wonder if he's going to get a TA Noob award for this performance. Of course, there are still rounds to go, at least 2 rounds to go, and MEC will be hoping more. And at the moment, of course, it is still early in this round. Shock moves into first, but he leaves CMC in 2-3-4 is still a winning position for that team. And Rez goes past Shock. Can he hold on to it? As Minuit fights to get past Rad and does so. Can he hold on to that? Oof! And Jake with a crash. Suddenly it's looking a bit more promising for MEC. They have won 3. But it's tight. Rad does get into third, and Jake coming in 5th with a 2-3-5. That's a CMC round. That's 6-2.
And that is another 11-10, with only 600 separating Rad and Minuit for 3rd position. Oh Jesus, this is so close. Doesn't get any more exciting than that. Map point for CMC, 6-2. They only have to win 1 round now to close it out, or it is a long way to make a comeback for MEC. And who has crashed there? That was Besaker, so that sort of puts MEC on the back foot. Oh, I see Rad has crashed and he's behind Besaker, and with Shock and Minuit hot on Jake's tail, this does look like a round for MEC at the moment. Let's see if anything is going to happen. Shock is actually getting ahead of Jake right there, and nothing Jake can do, he's just too far behind. And a 57.41 for Shock. Jake with a 57.68 only finishes second. That is top tier driving.
Yeah, Jake certainly holding his own, but didn't get the backup he needed. CMC fell apart a little bit on that round. Still with a useful 6-3 lead. See if they can regroup and refocus. Bring it home. Bring it somewhere. And Rez gets out in front, chased by Ran. Oof, and bonk. That is a heavy bonk. Is Minuit, has he retired? What's going on here? So this might be an abandoned round, I'm not sure. Minuit with a misclick, he says. Should we just restart this round? I think we should.
Well, he says we shouldn't, but...
Okay. Ah, well, okay, because MEC have a 1-2, so he's... okay. It's his call. It looks like MEC are going to have the round anyway. And they
Yep.
do.
Even with Minuit retiring, this is still a comfortable round win for MEC.
Some smart tactics from Minuit there.
Meanwhile, 6-4. The gap is starting to close. Only one round to win for CMC. Let's see they are going to do just that. And some mistakes from MEC would surely be helpful. Hey Johnny, how you doing? This is the first map, just in case. And Besaker is... ooh, Shock has crashed. Rez with a good line into the tube actually overtakes Rad. And it is Jake from Minuit from... well, make it Jake from Rez. What happened to Minuit? He's had a big crash, which puts CMCs into 1-2-3. And I guess that should be a CMC round win unless something bizarre happens, which doesn't. And it is 7-4 for CMC. To all the viewers only just joining in, yes, that was the first map. And CMC2 have taken it.
Yeah, that... wow, I mean, what a fight on this map. That penultimate round in particular was amusing. There you go, a 7-4. Oy, oy, oy. And how many? 5, 10, 11 rounds, but they went each way, 3 of them to CMC. And some impressive times. I mean, for Division 3, so 57 mids from 2 drivers is wow.
That's just absolutely mental. That was a very fun match to watch.
And to think this is a relegation match. You know, that's...
Yeah,
okay.
and the loser of this goes to play the playoffs in Division 4.
And... my game seems to have frozen. Okay.
Yeah, it does look like it.
Alright, don't worry about it. I will sort something out.
Do you want me to kick you?
Yeah, go for that.
Okay, kicked you out. Team Red, no. I put... what a brain fart. What was his name? Sepe. Into Red team. So, for map 2 we have Stadium. The map is called No Recognition and it is a map built by Snack. It looks like we will have Besaker, Shock and Danekb playing against Wormi, Sepe and Angelhard. And to all the viewers, Hobbyhund is Wormi, and that is, I believe, Estonian. Serebryny Volk, which is Cyrillic, that is Russian, and that is Sepe. And I have no idea how to pronounce Ezust Farkas. I don't know, that is Hungarian, and that's Angelhard. Okay. Ah, by the way, Mix, do you remember the Scottish method? Or should I say, the Scottish method?
The Scottish method. Well, I remember it's a coast track, but I don't remember much about it.
Well, I was questioning you whether you had any idea what the Scottish method could be. I have a theory. What if it is a cooking method? Would that be deep frying?
Oof. Yeah, it's probably a fair candidate.
Have you ever eaten a deep fried Mars bar?
I have not. I'm not a big fan of fried food myself.
And definitely not fried Mars bars.
Definitely not. No, it's rare. Rare I fry anything. So it just depends on your personal preferences, I guess. But certainly there is a reputation for fried food, particularly on the west coast. Of course, I'm on the east coast. But who knows how much these stereotypes really are true anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, deep fried Mars bar, quite an infamous one. Created for the tourists, I think, is the way it's done.
Okay, so that's it for our cultural detour.
Such as it is. It really is. Deep frying food, oof. As cultural artifacts go, it's not really something to be proud of. But it could be worse, you know. We could have invented vuvuzelas, for example. Although bagpipes, well, okay.
Do you wear any underwear when you wear a kilt?
Personally,
Yeah.
yeah, I do.
How can you do that?
Because I'm a heathen. I think it's just hygienic. You know, because a kilt, I mean, you have to get them dry cleaned. You can't just throw them in the laundry with everything else. So I think, from my point of view, it's just, you know, it's a hygiene, cleanliness issue. I don't really care that much about the stated tradition. And also the last time I wore a kilt was when I was getting married in Jamaica, and it was quite hot. So I thought, yes, I do not want to be sweating all over my kilt, so yes, I wore underwear. I think I did, actually. But like, for example, I mean, not everyone can afford their own kilt, so it's somebody forced me to spectator. Get fucked.
That is Angelhard deciding what he should do.
That's cheeky.
Okay, looks like they're ready to go.
Perfectly capable of going to spectator on my own. Anyway.
So, for Stadium, I would definitely favor CMC any day of the week, because Angelhard, Wormi and Sepe, that's just... well, that's not quite Division 1 stuff, but it's right up there next to it. So, once again,
Yeah.
Angelhard, Sepe and Wormi against Besaker, Shock and Danekb. I don't know anything about the map, I haven't trained it. Let's see how it's going to unfold. Zeref in chat saying 7-0 incoming. I certainly hope that it will. Oh, this is such a weird section at the start, with people taking different lines and the lead changing all the time and Besaker already crashing. And what do we have? 3 CMC drivers up in front, separated by less than 0.2 of a second. Make it 0.12. And they're followed by Shock half a second behind. Well, not much to say, really. unless CMCs start crashing, they should be there around. Well, I'm sorry Shock, I'm going to switch away from you into the side CMC battle. Sepe was leading, but he has been overtaken by Wormi and now Angelhard, and Angelhard getting the best out of that uphill turn on the dirt, and he finishes first, and there is still a 0.7 seconds gap between third and fourth.
Yeah, 3:108 there from CMC. They will be hoping they can keep that up, and I mean, that's pretty decent times with the Dedimania 1 time being 1:07.25. No, rounds Dedimania time, I should say. Yeah, it's a very interesting start. That it's a tricky and unusual combination, as you say. People like to try different lines, and certainly when I tried it, no slides were prevalent. And annoying, as no slides always are. And this is messy from MEC on the dirt. They really just don't seem to have the line there at all. Hopefully they can bring it together in subsequent rounds, and that this is just an anomalous round for them. But at the moment, CMC way out in front with a second gap between third and fourth. Unless MEC pick it up quite a lot, then we're going to be just staring at the CMC guys in front all the way, and it's just going to become a competition, a race between those three guys. Speedo crashes badly on the dirt. It is tricky on that uphill. I mean, you want to get as close to the outside as you can, and of course you can hit the barrier so easily, bouncing around a little bit on the dirt. And that's what happened to them. Okay, 2-0 for CMC.
Yeah, so far Angelhard and Wormi tied at 11 points after 2 rounds. And it has just been a CMC show so far. Let's see. I mean, it doesn't look like MEC trains a lot, because Besaker is a Stadium Pro himself. Shock, well, he isn't known to be a Stadium Pro, but he's more than capable. And Besaker has crashed there. And Danekb should be a decent driver himself. But Sepe, who's had a bad start, has managed to come back, but as I say that, he loses position to Shock, who is currently third, and that's the highest he's ever been in this match so far. And Wormi and Angelhard are streaking away into the distance, and Shock, it looks like, will beat Sepe. Yes, he will, with a time of 1:09.43. But Angelhard and Wormi with 1:08 mids secure the third round.
That's the best time of the maps so far from Angelhard. I noticed a couple of drivers there as they go off the start here. If you turn left too early, you can get a slowdown coming off the start block. It happened to 2 drivers on the previous round. You lose about 0.2 doing that, I think. Didn't happen this time, but nevertheless, we do have a couple of drivers have spread out. There is a second now from first to last. And CMC, I hear horses sliding around and galloping on the dirt there. CMC with 134 puts them in a winning position. But a MEC, Besaker moves into first place. That won't be enough, but Angelhard with a bad mistake. He's dropped into last place with that, and that puts MEC in a winning position by 1 point, except Sepe out in front now, fighting with Besaker, and CMC winning their 3 individual fights, or they were. It's 1 point enough just a 10-11 for CMC. They just get it. Danekb coming in last there. Yeah, that was a tight one. A lot of positions changing throughout.
Yes, and finally Besaker showing just what he's capable of, and he has won the round. But that wasn't enough, he didn't have any backup. 4-0 for CMC. Let's see. Oh, sure. With a bad line there, loses all momentum. And once again, 3 CMC drivers neck and neck, going in positions 1, 2 and 3, followed by Danekb about 0.6 behind. And let's see. Oh, he's had a mistake there. He's going nowhere after that slowdown on the dirt. Looks like Sepe is leading once again, followed by Angelhard, and it is an interesting battle. Neither of the two drivers wants to give up their lead, even though it's a team game and it doesn't matter who wins. But at this point, I guess going for glory is pretty much justified. And Sepe, with a time of 1:08.01, finishes first, and that's the fastest time of the match so far.
Yeah, Sepe has shown a strong performance, and he's certainly steadied his nerves in this season. He's put in a few good performances throughout the season. So CMC with a 5-0 lead, and that was Wormi with 2 mistakes straight off the bat. Is he trying to give MEC a chance here? Again, if he's going to try that, he's going to need backup from CMC teammates. In that sense, they're not cooperating right now. They've got a 1-2. Being chased by Danekb. Not far behind. It's a little bit slippy slidey on the dirt there, but no position changes, so MEC in positions 3, 4, 5 is not enough to get the win. CMC with a half-second lead in 1-2 at the moment, and even is Wormi fighting back. He's got his pride and he's in the mix with 2 MECs right now, threatening to go past them, but makes a mistake. Besaker makes a mistake, hits the checkpoint. And that puts Wormi into 5th. CMC in 1-2, they should have this. Oof. Danekb was threatening at the end there, but not quite. Wormi to CMC3. Do we think so? I mean, he's still put in, on driver points there, he's still only one behind Sepe.
Yeah. You can't fail. Single round, finish 5th. I think it's more than reasonable.
6-0.
Yes, map points already, and so far it has been a total domination. Ooh, Wormi with a crash there. Danekb actually in 2nd position, but not for long. It only took a couple of corners for Angelhard and Wormi to get ahead of him. But he actually is keeping it close with Angelhard, and Wormi, even though he was going for some downhill tricks, didn't manage to gain any ground. Sepe still going strong in 1st. Angelhard is still in 2nd, but Danekb doesn't want to give up, and Sepe has crashed and dropped right down, so that is Angelhard out in front, and Wormi trying his best to finish 2nd. Will he manage? No, he won't, but he will take 3rd. And with backup from Sepe, Sepe only needed to finish at all. A comfortable 7-0 for CMC².
Yeah, I think we got some rain in that last round. It seemed like the track was a bit slippier than it had been. But it wasn't enough.
Oh, damn it, I forgot to set the next map.
Ooh. Sepe lamenting that Wormi wound up with more points at the end there. I missed it, fortunately. Hopefully I have the screenshots. Or we have the stream in the end if we...
Yeah, I do have screenshots. Okay. So, it is Island Space by JTK.
The mystery mapper.
Yeah, I'm not going to reveal who that is on stream. Those who know do know. And those who don't, I leave it to you to guess. I'm going to be driving alongside Jake and Rad, who has been promoted to CMC² from CMC3, and he has been showing good results so far. Let's see. And also after this warm-up round I'm going to mute myself in Discord and I'm going to focus on driving, because even though we have won the match, I still want to give it everything. And we will have some nice music from Le Parasite, Le Parasite, if you will. My favorite French beatmaker. Okay, see you on the other side, Mix.
Good luck.
Thank you. Le Parasite, glad to see you here. You're the man. back.
Oof. That last round. I thought you were heading for ping pong mode there.
That was way too tight. Jake just about getting it at the finish.
Well, I think it was a MEC crashing in the closing stages of that map actually that made a difference that round.
Yeah, I cannot say that it was a good performance from me, but apparently that was just about enough to win.
We'll see what the JJ stats have to say on the matter.
Well, what an annoying map though. I hate it.
Well, there's something to look forward to in my training this week.
So, with us winning the placement match, that means we are playing the playoffs in Division 3 and our first opponent.
But we'll see, according to Ceres, it could still change. But yeah, it could be CMC². It could be us that you face.
Yeah, the most likely scenario is that we are going to play CMC2. That should be fun.
CMC3.
CMC3, pardon.
Versus CMC2. That should be... Well, I hope we can ban Stadium, put it that way. Shit, we can't though, can we? Oh, we have Bergie, according to Wormi. Yeah, I'd forgotten about that. Of course, this competition is not really a focus for Bergie, and well, driving is not really a focus for him anymore as manager of Nordvind. He's more focused on his drivers. Who I think today Riolu would have been competing in... I'm not sure what it's called, it's not TMGL or OGL, it's something. It's the combination of cheese and peas.
Well, I don't think I know much about the Trackmania 2020 scene.
Yeah.
So can't comment on that. Johnny CMC2 versus CMC3 for semi-finals is possible so long as CMC2 remains second in Division 4.
Which we should do.
There's a high probability of that happening, let's put it that way. And Rez says it's either CMC3 or the no CRM.
Our upcoming match is going to be everybody versus everybody. So it's not just a 3 versus 3 like most matches are. It's going to be a big one, which I'm not even really sure what their lineup is. But it certainly introduces some unknowns.
Either
To
way,
go for.
it's going to be interesting.
Yep.
But anyway, that was, I think, it from me. Do you have anything else to add?
No, just thank you to the viewers, admins and mappers, and of course the drivers.
Yeah, I just wish to second that. And thanks to everyone for tuning in. And see you next time.
Cheerio.
Goodbye.